Well, we have 3 minutes left in our Inspiration Summit today. I kind of can't believe that we are finally at the end here because there has been just so much love and care and prep that has gone into the day today. But thank you all for joining us. We had over 4,000 participants. So it was an absolutely incredible lineup. If we go to the next slide, we pulled together just a couple of the takeaways for those of you who like to kind of look back at the day and think about some of the big lessons. We talked about how we all have a responsibility to speak up and advocate for positive change, not only for ourselves, but also for others. We talked about how when you can identify and articulate and move towards your ambitions, both career and otherwise, with confidence, with clarity, big things can happen. We talked about burnout and how pervasive this is as an issue, but how we can think about taking back our power, increasing our resilience, managing our mindset. We also talked about how even though this has been a really tough year with a lot of women and people of color affected disproportionately by the challenging economy, by the layoffs, by some of the hiring freezes, we are not giving up. We are working together to continue to advance equity and inclusion in the workplace. And I hope people leave today feeling and realizing that you aren't alone. It is a really hard, tough fight out there sometimes. And I hope that today gave people a chance to recognize that we are all part of something bigger and we are all doing really important work, because you can't change a society, a country, a culture overnight, but you can change it. And it's the work of all of us and all of the movements, small and large, that is making this happen. So thank you. If we continue, go to the next slide. The stories that are shared today and all the stories that were shared in the chat, all of the stories that each of you bring with you, these stories matter. So thank you for the time you took both to listen to the stories of others, to engage in the chat, to meet each other and connect on LinkedIn. Absolutely loved seeing it happen. And it's been such an honor to watch that play out. Thank you so much to our incredible speakers who took the time to share their stories and their experiences with us. I could not have been more thrilled with the content today. We will share it in the follow-up. If we go to the next slide, I'd love to just encourage everyone who is listening and who loved what we had to offer here to join the Fairygodboss community. You can scan this code here with your phone. Just hold your phone camera right up to the screen and put that QR code in it, and you'll get a link that pops up. You can also go to bit.ly or bit.ly/inspo-summit23. You can also go to fairygodboss.com if you want to keep it simple, but create an account, join the discussions, and stay up to date on the latest events. Check out the job board, the company profiles, connect with other women, share your advice and experience, because again, we're all in this together, and it's so powerful to be surrounded by the support and the experiences of others. You can also follow us on social. So if we go to the next slide, we have a little bit of information about how you can do that. You can follow Fairygodboss on @Fairygodboss. You can follow the Muse @the Muse. If you are going to tweet or share on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, your platform of choice about this event, you can use the hashtag #InspoSummit. Mention us again. We're so thrilled to have you join us. And you can find almost all of our speakers on all of the major social channels. And I know from talking to them before this event that they would love to have you follow them and stay tuned with all of the incredible things that they are up to as well. If we go to the next slide, we also have a survey here. We're going to post the link in the chat, but we'd love your feedback. We do this Inspiration Summit annually. We also have an event in the fall for HR professionals, employee resource group leaders, other managers, leaders, and execs on how to build more inclusive and equitable workplaces from that perspective. And we also do smaller events throughout the year. So please take the survey. Let us know what you thought. Also, if you have ideas for future events, I saw some people in the chat saying like, I don't want it to be over. Honestly, I don't want it to be over either. But tragically, it is, because we got to go on with the evening. But please tell us your ideas. Tell us what you'd love to see in future events. We will do our best to get that for you. All right, if we go to the next one, I'll just give a huge thank you to our sponsors. None of this day would have been possible without the support of the companies that stepped up and helped us put this on, helped us keep it free for everyone. So I'd particularly love to shout out Achieve, Career Group Companies, Dow, GE Power, Infosys, Casa Comos Brands Group, Dish Network, Pfizer, and many, many others. Thank all of you for what you do to support women and their allies in the workplace today and every day. If we go to the next slide, it is now 5 o'clock on the East Coast. So I want to give an extra shout out to one of our sponsors, Comos Tequila of Casa Comos Brands Group. You heard from Danielle McLaughlin earlier this afternoon, who has been one of the people building this incredible company. We obviously can't have an official Inspo Summit happy hour because we are all virtual all over the country and in some cases all over the world. But I would encourage you to pour a glass, tequila, non-alcoholic, whatever your preference is, pour a glass and toast. Firstly, our amazing speakers today. Secondly, the sponsors, including Comos, who helped make today happen. And thirdly, yourself for showing up and investing time and energy to come together with others and help move us all forward. So thank you again. If we go to the next slide, I will just again make a little reminder to connect with us on social, at Fairygodboss, at the Muse. And the last slide, which I will leave up, is the QR code to join the Fairygodboss community. It has been such an honor to MC today with you, to hear from so many women that I admire, and to see so many of you sharing your experiences in the chat with courage and vulnerability and honesty and helping each other. And I love it. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.